At some point, many people not only would develop channeling ability, like what I'm doing, but will also be able to develop telepathy.
Welcome to my YouTube. My name is Solera. I am a spiritual channel. We'll cover topics from love, money, health, and joy, and everything related to the progress of humanity. I'll be bringing you transmissions and insights to help you create abundance in all areas of life. Let's get started.
So if you're joining live or you're watching it as a replay, it's all good. That does not matter because the energy that I am channeling will still be effective. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment. So let's get started. I'm going to be tuning into my channel as usual, tapping into my intuition on demand. So lovely to see everybody on 8-8. I hope you have a pen and a paper and write down what you want to manifest, because the thing about this whole session is I'm going to be tuning into the energy, but the energy is for you. Okay, it's for you to manifest what you want to manifest. If you don't have a pen and paper, just maybe grab your phone, write down the 3 things that you want to create by the end of 2025. Okay, or you can say in the next 6 months. Let's call in the light, call in God, and let's protect ourselves as well with God's love and light, and putting a bubble of white light among every single person who's watching this video now and also in replay. Surround us with this divine light energy for protection, for love, and also calling in the light to help us manifest the things we want to manifest. Very good. And if you're just joining in, it's totally fine. Just come in. I'll be wrapping everybody's energy in a cocoon of love so that you're safe, you're protected. And just take a moment to anchor yourself. Okay, ground yourself into the earth now. And just imagine that there are roots coming out of your feet, grounding it into the center of the earth. I want to make sure that your energy is very grounded so we're not like floating away. Okay. It's very important, this process of grounding. Your roots should be anchored into the earth star chakra, which is about 5 feet, more or less. Okay. Just imagine there's a platform and the roots are like anchored in there, solidified. And I recommend everybody to go outside, walk on the grass today, or touch a tree. Okay. So, what I'm also going to do is bring all of you into my vortex of manifesting and vortex of channeling. If you have seen the Intuition on Demand workshop that I've done, you probably are familiar with this process. So today is not necessarily about you accessing the Intuition on Demand, because I already did that in the other class. You can go back and watch that or purchase that if you haven't. Today is really about activating the intention to create the things that we want to create using the Lionsgate portal, as you know. And the Lionsgate portal means that the veil between our 3D world and the 5D world is a little thinner, right? Because we have access to Sirius, literally downloading that energy into our energetic field. And if you've been feeling kind of tired, like wobbly, that's quite normal. I personally have been feeling quite tired. Not what I'm channeling, but just my normal day to day. I feel quite tired having to adjust my energy to all the light codes that have been coming in. So you will still feel that in a couple of days after the Lionsgate portal as well. Okay, so just know that. And so I hope that you've written down your goals. If you haven't, please take a minute to jot that down right now. What are 3 things that you really want to create? So for me, in the next 6 months or so, I have quite a few things I need to do. Number one, I'm getting ready to publish my ISIS book, Extraordinary Wealth. So that's happening literally in the background right now. I'm finishing editing the table of contents. After I'm done with that, copyright it, blah, 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 all that stuff. That's one of my goals, right? I promised the guys I would do that. So I'm going to do that. My personal goal number 2 would be wrap up. So I've already finished writing the Jesus Mary Magdalene book, Magic Love. So that one also needs to go into publishing probably later in the year. Like I'm thinking December, because right now I'm busy with the ISIS book. There are like too many books. And then my goal for the rest also is to launch the Thailand retreat, right? That's coming up in November. What we're doing today, all the energies that I'm going to be channeling today will lead all the way into that retreat in November, where we do a 1111 ceremony, the soul recalibration protocol, where be really clearing all the junk, decluttering, and then bring your energy to be a match to that future self version. Okay. And so there'll be a lot of deep dive. Of course, once I get to see you in person, it will be quite intense. But also we'll have a lot of fun, right? So it's also a retreat for you to relax, enjoy, go eat mango sticky rice with me, that sort of thing. So those are my 3 goals. So I hope you have written down your 3 goals. It's very important that we start out clear with what we want, okay? Because I can't decide what you should want, right? That has to come from you. So write it down on your phone, write it down with a pen and paper. So if you have it, please drop it in your comment. Yes, I have it. So that I know you have your goals down, which is really good. So please drop it into the comments now. I have my goals. If you're brave enough, please do share your goals with everybody. I think sometimes there is a lot of power to stating out loud what we want and really owning that. I think a lot of people are afraid of it, to be honest. It's like most people are afraid of reaching for their goals. I want you to set a really clear intention that you will manifest them no matter what as a non-negotiable. Right? These are not like wishy-washy goals. I'm going to manifest that someday, maybe later. Like they need to happen within like a reasonable amount of time. Right? Give yourself, let's say, 3 to 6 months. I need to accomplish these things. Because the more clear we are, the easier it is for us to manifest them. Okay. So if you know what they are, like set a really strong intention, tell yourself, this is my non-negotiable, right? This is an agreement that you're making with the universe. This is my non-negotiable. This has to happen no matter what, A, B, and C. Okay. If you ever see me channel, I'm a very practical channel. I like things to be real. Okay. I don't really channel like the airy, fairy, galactic space. I mean, that's very nice, but I want all the channeling to be like manifested right into real life because we need to experience them in real life. So I want you to type non-negotiable in the chat box, non-negotiable. Okay. And this is for you to anchor that for yourself, non-negotiable. These are for you to manifest no matter what. So please write that down now in the chat box for yourself, right? This is for me to see that you're doing the work, but also for you to anchor your intention. Okay. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to then download and channel your goals into the vortex of manifesting. It's non-negotiable for everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So we are going to start dropping them into the vortex manifesting. I'm going to be basically bringing you into this vortex manifesting. We're creating actually together as a group. I'm just expanding the vortex manifesting so that it can encompass all of our goals, which is really good. This is why we're doing this together, because when we do it together, we can really like magnify, expand, co-create that together. Now, I want you to see these goals being dropped into a funnel. Okay, you see me like a funnel shape. The funnel is like a catch-all, right? We have thoughts, we have belief system, and normally we just put random things in there. And so guess what? We attract random things. So what we want is to be very, very specific in what we really want. These are the A, B, C. So I want you literally in your mind's eye, drop the A, B, C into the funnel now. Okay. I'm holding the space for you. I want you to drop it in. Okay. So just in your mind's eye, you can close your eyes or do it with your eyes open, dropping the goals 1, 2, 3 into the funnel. And then what I'm going to do is call in that Christ light energy now and to activate them. Because right now they're just like a thought. It's just like an idea. It's not real yet. Okay, we're going to activate them, really give it energy. And what I want you to do is to imagine your heart chakra opening, expanding. Okay, I'm doing that automatically for you anyway, so you don't need to worry, but it helps if you also play along, right? Expand your heart chakra. So imagine there's like a door, it's just opening the door. The reason why we're doing that is because we want love to flow out from your heart chakra. Remember, heart chakra is the middle chakra, right? All the stuff comes from above and all the stuff comes from the ground, from the earth. So this is like the center. We want the love to be poured into your goals. You have to love them. It's like your children, right? If you have 3 kids, you love kid number 1, kid number 2, kid number 3, kind of like that. Or if you have 3 pets, right? I love cat number 1, cat number 2, cat number 3. I want you to pour love and send love to your goal number 1, number 2, and number 3 now. Okay, just really magnify that energy. Like you see the heart chakra opening, and expanding and pour love into these projects that you have. Okay, so I'm doing it for myself now. So I'm pouring my love into my project of releasing Isis book, as I promised her I would do. I am pouring my heart into doing the retreat as well, as I promised the guides I would do. And I'm pouring my heart and love to the last book, which is Jesus Mary Magdalene's book, as I promised them that I would do. Okay. You may not be promising any particular person, but you're promising yourself, right? Which is actually even more important. You're promising yourself that you'll be doing this. Okay. So I want you to, in your heart, make a promise now. Just really fully anchoring the energy and promising yourself that this is what you're going to be doing. And so, what I'm going to do energetically is I'm going to use your love, the love that you have sent out to your project, and wrap them around your goals. Okay. I'm going to wrap them around. It's like I'm putting a wrapping paper on them. Okay. I'm wrapping them around the goals. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, the same thing for me. I'm wrapping my goals 1, 2, and 3. What we're doing is we are committing to those goals. This is why I said they have to be non-negotiable, not like the wishy-washy kind, right? It's not like someday I'm going to drop the 5 pounds or whatever, right? Like we have these, oh, someday maybe. So we're committing to it with our energy. I'm like your assistant. I'm just helping that process, anchoring that energy. Once your commitment is there, I want you to see there's a lock that clicks in, clicks, clicks, and clicks. What you're doing now is you have a contract with each goal. It's a bit like getting married, okay? But energetically, you're getting married to your 3 goals. This is why they're important. Like you want to make sure that these are the things you want, right? It's like hopefully you're committed to the person you are marrying or that you have married, right? So we're marrying the goals. 1, 2, 3. Click, click, click. Okay. Let me just check in. Everybody's done. Yeah. And if you're done with that process, just write done so that I know you're done with this. You can move on to the next step. And what we're going to do now is to really supercharge that energy. Okay. I want you to really supercharge that energy. Super, 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 supercharge. So what we're doing now is activating the energy that's coming from Sirius, that's coming from the stars. Literally, I'm just bringing it down now into that funnel where we put all our goals. Okay, excellent. Everybody's done. Very, very good. So I am now charging them. It's like when you're cooking, right? You put some salt and pepper and herb and sauce. Okay, we're doing it with the vortex of manifesting. Excellent. So the light codes are coming in. If you're sensitive to energy, you will start to feel or see the light codes even. I see it as like shimmers. They're just coming in, coming in, and coming in, and really charging each one of your goals because you've already committed to it, which is actually the most important step. Now it's like there's so much energy around these goals, these dreams, these projects that you want to get done. For me, my 3 goals are non-negotiable. I promised the guys I'd do them, and I'm promising myself that I would do them as well. These are things that I really want to be doing, not because I have to. I can do many, many other things. Okay. So we're really supercharging them now using the portal's energy. I also want you to just take a moment to say thank you to the light energy. So please write down thank you in the comments. We're just offering our gratitude again to the stars for activating our goals. So just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Write it down in your comments. A lot of energy because I'm starting to like feel hot, even though I have the AC on. A lot of energy coming in, supercharging it, activating the goals. That's what we want. We're offering gratitude, appreciation, and joy to the galactic beings that are here today and to the stars above for sending us these energies and to really offer so much love, so much appreciation to that energy now. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are the magic words, guys. These are the magic words. If somebody asked me, what should my affirmation be? Affirmation is say thank you. It's like, when we're little, your parents say, oh, you should be polite, have good manners, to say thank you if somebody gives you something or does something for you. But the thank you is what will really, really, really activate that process. Because when we say thank you, we are assuming it's already done. Does that make sense? Yeah. And just remind yourself, because that's not something I can do for you. I can facilitate during the workshop, but I cannot say thank you for you. So put it down on some sticky notes every single day. You're saying thank you. Thank you for manifesting the goals. Thank you for the person that you're becoming, right? In order to reach those goals. Because you have to become a different person in order to reach those goals. It's not like you can somehow be the old person, right? No, you have to be a new person to reach those goals, like a different version of you. So say thank you to that process of growth as well. Say thank you also to yourself, right? To your higher self, and allow yourself to expand that energy, co-create that energy, channel that energy. And that has to be done from a place of gratitude, absolute gratitude, not just a little bit. Okay, absolute gratitude. Excellent. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to ground this energy. We did the grounding at the beginning, right? We're grounding you. Now we're going to ground the goals, the dreams, the projects that you're trying to manifest. Okay. So again, you have number one, number two, and number three, like the ABC, right? So project number one, we're going to anchor that. Like imagine roots coming from the project. Like if you can imagine maybe a circle, a ball of light. There's energy coming from the ball of light. We're anchoring that into the center of the earth. Again, we're anchoring the number two into the earth, anchoring number three into the earth. So you're just doing it 1, 2, 3, and just really see roots coming down. Okay, roots coming down. We want to anchor that energy. Roots, roots, roots. Okay, we want to solidify that. This is not thin air. Okay, we don't like thin air. I really hate vague stuff, even though I feel like what I do is sometimes so vague. But I want the manifestation to be very real. Okay. And so let's make sure that they're fully anchored into the center earth. Okay. It's like there's a very, very, very long roots coming out from the project center into the earth. Excellent. Thank you for those who are doing that right now. Okay, I see people saying roots, roots, roots. Excellent. Thank you, ladies. As they are being anchored fully onto the earth, what do we do with the plant? We water them. Okay, water them. And so we're going to start to water. Let me just say this. We're going to call in the elements. Okay, what are the elements, right? There is, of course, earth, what we just did, wind, fire, and water. Okay, those are the 4 elements. There's a whole other process that I'm not going to address right now, but we can actually use the elements to create abundance, wealth, money. I actually was going to do this course a couple years ago called The Money Elements. Anyway, another project. That will come later, but we're going to use the elements today. We're calling the element of fire. Why? Because we want to stoke the fire. There should be fire in your solar plexus. Does that make sense? In your energy field. So we're calling the elements of fire. Again, we're offering thank you to the elements of fire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we're going to call the element of water, watering the plants, literally, right? Allow that water to nurture these goals, that soft energy, that receiving energy. It's like being in the ocean. Water's so soft at the same time, if like a tsunami comes, we'll all be gone. It's very, very powerful energy. It's both that soft energy, but it's also that kind of receiving energy. The water is also us, right? We are what, 85% water. So calling the element of water now for your goal. See that element going into each of your projects, your dreams, your goals. Okay. And then we also want to call in air, right? Well, because we need oxygen. We need to breathe in air. It's literally life. So we're like breathing life into the goals. Yeah, we can do it physically, like really breathing air. Breathe life into your projects. And then last element, which is of course grounding into the earth. And we just did that. And again, we're offering things to the element of air. Okay. Now, there's also another element. I don't know if we should even call that element ether. Now, let me explain what that is. So, I want you to think of it as the energy of God. I think the scientists call it dark matter or whatever. It's like the stuff that holds the universe together, but you can't see, can't touch. Okay. Let's call that ether. That's really the energy of God that holds everything together. So now we're going to call in the energy of ether or energy of God, whatever you want to call that, right? It's the space in between the planets and in between the stars, but it's also the energy that brings it together and holds it together. Call that in. I call that just God, okay, but everybody can have a different word for that. But if we're talking about element, let's call it the element of ether. I think sometimes the English language, or it doesn't matter what language it is not enough to describe the undescribable, indescribable. So we have limits in terms of how we're going to describe these things. Okay. I want you to see these elements fully in the projects now. You have fire stoking that energy, giving you drive, giving you motivation, and giving you power, guys, because we need that into that first project, into the second project, into that third project. Same thing, water. We want that fluidity, flexibility. We also want that softness. We want the receiving, right? We also want that body of ocean that has all the life inside the ocean. We want that, okay? And air, oxygen, breathing in life, right? It's like almost like turning your projects into a literal baby. Okay. Baby, baby, baby. And fully anchoring that, materialize that on the planet, because that's what we have to do, right? We're not living in outer space. I don't know when Elon Musk is going to be able to go to Mars, but it's probably not anytime soon. At some point, many people not only would develop channeling ability, like what I'm doing, but will also be able to develop telepathy. I don't know when. I don't have a timeline for that because the timeline is constantly changing. Like if you go to psychics now, honestly, none of them is going to be very accurate because stuff is changing constantly. It's not like back in the days, it's like you can predict something, it could be true. Now there are multiple timelines, they're being split. Like you each have multiple timelines and they're happening at the same time. Okay. This is why your own intention matters so much. And this is why we're doing this work. So we're putting ourselves in the correct timeline, the highest timeline. Okay. But because the timeline is being split and there's so many timelines, no one knows for sure. Okay. I'm just letting you know, no one knows for sure. But at some point, people will develop the skills of having intuition on demand, having telepathy. Okay. This is just something I'm sharing with the group. I now can just access anybody's soul. I can even talk to celebrity souls. It's not that I do it very often, okay? Because I also have to ask them for permission. It's just like in real life. If you want to talk to a stranger, you kind of have to introduce yourself. Hi, my name is, can I please talk to you? I'm polite, okay, to the souls I talk to. I can access them. I don't do it often because I don't want to like pry into other people's business. I will have to ask them for their permission. Also, I'm actually not very curious as a person, to be honest. But at some point, it's not just me. I think at some point, a lot of people are going to be able to have that ability. Like, I will literally know what you're thinking, and you don't even have to tell me. So, people won't really have a lot of secrets, right? Let me just explain this to everybody. There's our facade, our ego, right? Solera likes to eat cakes, even though she probably shouldn't, right? And Solera's not a very patient person. Like I'm not a very patient person. I just want everything to be done yesterday. So there's the outer facade of just how I show up, right? How you show up. But then there is the soul, our soul, the spirit part of who we are. And the soul doesn't really lie. So when I channel somebody's soul, they're telling me how they really feel. They can be saying something completely different, like with their words, how they show up. They can be very cold to me. They can ignore me, but I know how they really feel. And that is where we're going. That's where everybody's going now. Okay, it's not just me. Everybody's starting to move in that direction. And the more you tap into your intuition on demand, the sooner you do this, the sooner you're going to have this kind of ability. And think about how nice it is. Like if you're a parent, you'll be able to just talk to the souls of your kids and know what's happening at all times, right? You can nurture them, take care of them, really understand what's going on. Even though I'm not a parent, but I've been a tutor for so many years, it will really help bridge that generational gap, really foster a good relationship for our future generation. Like everything that I'm doing is really for the future generation, like generations to come, right? Plural. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Now we're going to do a final process for the goals. We're not done yet. There are things that we want, right? But we also want to make sure that the goals that we're manifesting are fully aligned to the greater good. Now, let me explain what greater good means. Okay. Greater good means everything that we do will increase the positive light energy on the planet. Let's say you want to have $1 million. Your $1 million can also increase the light energy on the planet. Okay. So don't feel like, oh my God, but my goal's so selfish. It's totally fine. It's just that we want to fully align our intention with the light energy. Right? Because many ways to, let's say, make $1 million. There are many ways to, let's say, have a relationship with someone. So we always want to make sure that the approach that we take is fully aligned with the light, with God's energy, with love. Okay? So I want you to anchor that intention now, that you are aligned to the light. Okay. So again, I want you to write down in the comments, aligned. That's what we want. We want to be fully aligned to the light energy. Whatever we're manifesting, there are multiple paths, okay, to manifesting that goal. We want to pick the path that's not only the easiest, but we want to pick the path that feels like, I am actually serving the greater good as I'm doing this, as I'm manifesting things for myself, as I'm manifesting things for my family, as I am manifesting things for my community. Everything is aligned to that greater good. Now, let me explain why you have to do that. Because the earth is literally splitting in terms of timeline. And by timeline, I mean there are going to be some people who will experience a very dark planet, a lot of dark energy. And you can tell, right? Just look at the politics of what's happening around the world. And some people are fully living in hell right now. You don't have to die to experience hell, it's already here. And then there are other people, hopefully you and I, we're going in a different direction. We are aligning to this other path, this other timeline, where we truly experience abundance, not just in money, but abundance in all things. Your loving relationship with your children, with your spouse, with your friends, with your community, with your clients, with your coworkers, whoever it is. So this is why I'm telling you now that there has to be a match in your intention. That each one of your goals, 1, 2, 3, they're also aligned to that greater good energy. Because we want those goals to be manifested, okay, on this timeline. Does that make sense? Because there are many ways to manifest things. It's like you can be a gangster and manifest $1 million, right? Obviously, that's not what we want. We want to make sure that it's moving in that direction, right? The higher timeline. I also want to just say that there are going to be some things in your life that might feel like they're falling apart. Okay. People will fall away. Okay. Let's say you're trying to make an appointment with somebody, and for some reasons, you cannot make that appointment. So don't force it. Some people will fall away. Some things would just fade away. Some circumstances would just disappear over time. And sometimes it could feel very dramatic. I had a couple of experiences like this recently, actually with two different people. I don't get into arguing with people very often. For some reason, the energy just stopped. Boom, they just left. Like literally the next day, they were out of my life. Very strange. Okay. I mean, it's not strange now because I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense because these things are happening. You might experience it too. Just a little warning. Things that used to make you happy may not make you happy anymore. Okay. The places that used to go to just don't feel exciting anymore. a lot of things will change. Like I used to have this beautiful condo in Thailand, and I always thought, oh, I'm just gonna move into maybe the 2 bedroom, but the energy's not aligned. My ex-boyfriend just moved in there, so I'm definitely not going there. Okay. I'm gonna now do the alignment process for everybody. I'm gonna call in this higher timeline, and I want you to see it as like a path, the higher timeline path. You can also see it as a train track, but I see it as a straight road. And I'm going to now bring your goals, your dreams, number 1, number 2, number 3, onto this path. I want you to see this path as one of those conveyor belt. Okay. At airports, they have these things where you can kind of get on and it just goes. It looks like a conveyor belt. So you just see the goals on this conveyor belt 1, 2, and 3. And this is the timeline that's for the greater good. And now your goals are aligned in this particular path, on this particular train track. Okay. That is in alignment for the greater good of humanity. Because we're all in it together. It's not just you manifesting something for you. Actually, when you manifesting something for you, you're actually doing it for everybody too. Okay. Especially I think for women, we really have such a desire to help other people. We want to like go volunteer, and the more abundance we create for ourselves, the more aligned we are within ourselves, the more we are living our highest timeline, our purpose. You're literally helping everybody. So I want you to see these goals fully sitting there 1, 2, 3, and they're moving now on this conveyor belt. I'm just turning it on and it's moving. And then the question is, where are they moving to? Right? They're actually moving with the direction of the highest timeline for the entire planet Earth. So even though they're your personal goals, you're literally moving in synchronicity with Earth's curriculum. The Earth is also a being, an entity. It has its own curriculum. It has its own path of evolution. It also has its own timeline for ascension. And what we're doing is we're aligning our little goals, our baby goals, to the entire planet with where the Earth is going. And you want to be doing that because you're here. We're not living on a different planet. We're living on Earth. This is our planet in this life anyway. Okay. We're just being assisted, this energy, this portal energy that's coming through, right? As I'm channeling this by the galactic beings, by the light beings. And thank you to everybody. It's like I literally see everybody just like standing around me. All of our galactic neighbors are supporting us doing this work. So it is very, very, very important that you're fully aligned with this process. Okay. It's very important. Okay. Let's just take a moment to ground our energy again because there's so much light energy. Sometimes it can feel kind of floaty. Ground that energy back to the center. Anchoring all of our energy now into the Earth Star Chakra again. Fully aligning, anchored, grounded into reality, guys. Everything we do is actually for this reality. Because I'm not sending you to another planet. I don't teleport people to like another star system so they can get healing over there. I want you to get healing here. Okay? And I want you just to take a moment, close your eyes. And what I want you to do now is feel the reality, that new reality, okay? And that new reality where your goals have already been manifested, like they are done. Okay. Manifested, like as in past tense, not future tense. It's like they're done. They've already been completed in another dimension, right? So I want you to feel the new reality now in your mind's eye. Some people say, oh, but I don't know how to visualize. That's okay. If you don't visualize and use your body to feel it, maybe you hear some sound, you hear a song, you hear like a movie, that's okay. Some people can even like smell psychically. However you experience it, okay, is your experience. So what are you doing in that new reality? What I want you to visualize, experience, and feel or hear is celebration. Maybe you hear a song of celebration, right? Dance song. Like I've been super into this new Netflix movie, the K-pop Demon Hunters. It's so fun. It's like a cartoon. My inner child is so happy. But the songs are like super hip. They're like in the top 10 on Spotify. It's crazy. And you think of a song that makes you feel like it's celebration time. I've done it. I'm gonna celebrate. I can already hear the song. Okay. Like for me, I love to eat cake. So I'm definitely gonna go treat myself to a really nice piece of cake. I might go to Mandarin Oriental or the Shangri-La or Four Seasons. So I guess I can taste it. I can taste the cake. For some people, it's like smell flowers, right? You congratulating yourself because you bought yourself a giant bouquet. This bouquet smells so good. You got lilies and the hydrangeas and roses. They're beautiful and they smell so good. You're celebrating, you're giving yourself a bouquet of flowers. Okay. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get myself like a spa treatment. Okay, but then that's something you can feel, right? Literally. Feel the feeling of being massaged. Maybe you're getting oil massage, maybe you're getting Thai massage, maybe you're getting Swedish massage. It doesn't matter. Experiencing them. The feel, the physical touch. I see myself relaxing at like a five-star hotel, eating my cake, maybe with a river view or something. It's so fun. Maybe for you it's gonna be different. So where are you gonna be? Celebrating the accomplishments, right? And the fact that they're done, these projects are done, these goals have already been manifested. Okay, I want you to pick just one anchor. Pick any of these things I mentioned, or you can come up with your own. And that anchor feels really real. It's like, that's real. Once I manifest these goals, I'm going to go do that. Now, what I want you to do is to fully anchor in that vision, for that sound, that feeling, that quality, that characteristic, and then come back to reality. You can come back to the present, open your eyes. I want you to write down in the comments what you're going to be doing to celebrate that. Just pick one thing. Don't do like 10 things yet. You can do 10 things, but just write down one thing that you really want as a celebration. Because I think celebration energy is so important. I went to the park, I anchored my energy there, I cleared my energy there, and then I went to a restaurant that I really like. And it's interesting. I just ordered a salad and then they were late with the salad. But while I was waiting, I wrote down exactly what I'm gonna do to celebrate. Like I was like, for every $10,000 I make, I'm gonna go eat at like a fancy restaurant. I'm gonna spend $200 on this restaurant, maybe go eat some omasake or something. And I'm gonna give myself $100 to buy all my Hello Kitty things because my inner child loves Hello Kitty. So write down what you're gonna do, right, guys? And then I was like, for every $50,000 I make, I'll give myself a mini vacation. I'm gonna spend $1,000 on a 2-day vacation, maybe at the beach. I'm gonna stay at a nice hotel and just get pampered for 2 days. And then I was like, okay, for every $100,000 I make, can't remember what I'm gonna do. Oh, I was gonna go to some really fancy place, but a little bit far away, like a bigger vacation. And then I was like, for every $500,000 I make, I want to do an international round trip, flying business class on Emirates, because that's my favorite airline. Maybe I'll go visit my friends in London for like the week. I'm the kind of person, once I have a goal, I always achieve it. I've been like this since I was a kid. But I've never really celebrated, I realized, any of my achievements. Like I used to practice piano 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 6 hours Saturdays and Sunday, 8 hours every single summer, and I never celebrated. Every time I won a trophy, it's like, oh, okay, here's a trophy. Well, whatever. But now I'm like, we gotta celebrate. Okay, let me read some of these. What'd you guys do? Okay, beach and sand water. That's from Janet. Wendy, a swim in the lake. That sounds good. Lily Moore, going to spa with friends. Ah, that sounds so nice. Wendy, get to come to Toronto. Yes, yeah. Write down your celebration because I'm telling you, celebration, like the energy of celebration, will really help you move. Will really help you move. Right? That's why in a corporation they give people rewards, right? Or pink Cadillac. I think what is it like the Mary Kay brand? They get pink Cadillac. It's like whatever it is, anchor that. Now, let me tell you then how this transitions to November 11th, right? Because we have quite a few months, August, September, October, November. Yeah, so about 3 months. In the next 3 months, so the energy that we've activated will start to go on this train track. Like you'll start to feel yourself moving, and you might also experience some ups and downs. So don't be surprised, right? Because some things will have to go, like I told you. So don't be surprised when you get into conflict with someone. It's like a shedding process. So some things will have to be shed and let go and released. As you go into September, you go into some decluttering experience. And then October, the plants will start to sprout. You start to see it sprout. And then November is the beginning of a new self. The reason why I'm doing a retreat in Bangkok and doing that soul recalibration protocol is because this is where we're going to have a death and rebirth ceremony and doing a lot of clearing energetically as well, where we're fully embodying the new self. This is where that 1111 energy is. Let me explain 1111 to everybody, by the way. My Chinese name, by the way, is 1111. It's spelled as XIXI. And my history teacher in 10th grade did the roll call and he was like, 1111? And then everybody's like, what? He turned to me because he was doing it as a joke, right? And I was like, why are you calling me 1111? I didn't understand it at the time. Anyway, call me 1111. That's literally my name. And that has been my path my whole life in a way. It means the portal of manifestation is now like an instant manifestation where your spiritual life, your material life is one. That's what it means. Okay. And that 1111 code, it's almost like a bridge. So when people start to awaken spiritually, they start to see 1111. It's like a calling card. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, hello, hello, hello. And we can channel that energy on 1111, where you fully merge that spiritual aspect with your material aspect and you start to embody. Now we're not even talking about manifesting because we're doing the manifesting now, right? We're going to embody our new self. This is why there's that long process from August 8th all the way to November 11th. There's that whole process. We're trying to manifest. We have to shed. We have to let go. Okay, okay. And then it comes 11/11. We activate that energy, and that's embodiment energy. It's the death and rebirth energy. It's you letting go, saying goodbye to who you used to be. Bye, bye, bye. Okay. And that's when we fully step into embodiment. A lot of times, if you notice people like coaches out there, again, I'm not judging, I'm just saying a lot of coaches are trying to coach someone to do something that they haven't embodied, right? I teach people how to do intuition on demand. Well, I have embodied that. It's literally what I do, it's my job, right? And I really, really fully believe that we are now living in the time of embodiment. Everything that you do has to come from embodiment. It has to come from that very strong sense of integration and also integrity. The integrity is going to come from your embodiment, whatever it is you're trying to create in your life. We're going to fully merge that spiritual self with the material self, right? The earthly self. And that is the energy of November 11th. And that's what we are going to be doing in Thailand as a group as well. I want you to really think about who are you becoming? Okay, who are you becoming? Because the becoming energy, right? That is the energy that we're stepping into. Now, for those people who are really good students, want to have the extra credit homework, here's your extra credit homework. Again, you don't have to do anything I say, okay? But I'm just telling you, this is what is coming through. This is not manifesting stuff, right? We just did the manifesting stuff. This is who do I want to be? When the future self that's coming, who do I really want to be? How am I going to show up? How do I react to situations? How do I really behave? What do I stand for? What I believe in? Again, I want you to write this from a place of embodiment. Of course, you can use ChatGPT, but it's honestly always stronger if you're using your own energy. There's nothing wrong with ChatGPT, by the way. The intention has to come from you. The energy has to come from you, right? ChatGPT can give you the words, but you really have to feel that. Does that make sense? So if you need a little bit of help, you can go ask ChatGPT, but preferably you start like writing your own stuff, okay? The extra credit homework is about who you're becoming. It is so important that you think this way from the perspective of what am I trying to embody? Not just, oh, I'm going to embody being a billionaire. That's still an accomplishment, but who am I going to be? Let's say if you are a billionaire, you get to the level. Who are you? Again, that's what we're going to be doing on November 11th is that full integration between our spiritual self and our material self. You stepping into that future self automatically. It's like two pieces of puzzle coming together. Because without embodiment, whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever it is you're trying to teach, right, whether it's to your kids or to your clients or to your coworkers or anybody, it's not fully aligned. So you have to do it from a place of embodiment. We've already done the manifesting. The manifesting is always like the fun stuff, right? Oh, let's manifest this. That's like class 101. That's spirituality 101, right? That's the stuff that Abraham has taught since 1985 when I was born. Like literally 40 years ago, guys. Like we're moving on from just manifesting. We're moving into embodiment of our spiritual self and our earthly self, like integrated as one. Okay. This is the direction of humanity. Like you guys are just like the early birds. By the way, talking about early birds, there is an early bird going on right now for the retreats until August 15th. You'll get like an extra bonus one-on-one session with me now. Okay, you don't have to wait until November 11th to do that. And also, it's almost like $1,000 off. As we are entering into the embodiment process, there are a couple of things you're going to do. And whenever you are triggered, we are all going to be triggered, right? Whenever you're triggered, I want you to actually try to zoom out. This is a bit philosophical, but hear me out. You're triggered by the person, whoever it is, but move your consciousness a little bit further back as you're like looking down. You know how people have near-death experience, but you can actually artificially create that. It's almost like you're looking down onto yourself when you're triggered. I want you to look at yourself and see what is going on here. Why am I triggered? Look at yourself from the higher self perspective. I'm giving you like a little trick before we end the whole session here. I want you to look at yourself from the higher, like literally physically higher perspective, but also from the higher self perspective. And see what is going on? Why am I being triggered? What is something that I really have to let go now in order for me to move into embodiment of that next version of me? Does that make sense? Because what's holding you back is the junk in the middle. So I'm giving you one step right now. The one step you can do is to elevate, look at yourself from the higher perspective, from your higher self perspective also, and be like, oh, okay, I'm triggered for these reasons. And then you're going to ask yourself to come into that neutral place. We don't need to be excited, happy all the time, but we can come down to the neutral place. That's the goal. How can I just come down, release the feeling, punch the pillows if you have to? Like I do these somatic exercises where I'm like, like I'm just like releasing whatever that's pissing me off. Okay. So do what you have to do. Let it go. Let it go. Bye, bye, bye. Then once you start to release the junk, it will be a lot easier when November 11 comes and you use that energy and step into embodiment. Does that make sense? Okay, if it makes sense, please write makes sense because I want you to fully understand the whole process of how it works. We've done a lot of work today. Like I'm literally just sweating here. Tell me that it makes sense to you because from the energy that we created, we did the 1, 2, 3, calling the light, moving into the vortex of manifesting, anchoring down. Okay, calling the elements to support us, manifesting, great. Like you're going to manifest. Then once we finish class 101, that's when you really have to speed up that process and be ready when November comes. Okay. And if you want to do it with me, we're going to be doing it in Thailand together. Love to have you. It's actually my first time doing such a big process in person live. We'll have a lot of fun together. Okay. I'm living in a hotel, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I'm very happy here. They have like full service apartment and I don't have to even do like my own dishes, which is very nice. But there's a hotel next door, which is very, very fancy. We're going to go there together. And then I also will take you to the beach together, calling the water element there as well. Come join me if you like. And if not, use what I have given you today. You can watch the replay one more time, fully absorb everything that I have taught you on my channel for you. And if you are watching it as replay, thank you so much for watching it. The energy will work. Doesn't matter when you're watching this. Okay, you can be watching it 1 year from now. The energy will still work. Guys, you've done a lot of work. Good job. Please pat yourself on your back. It's not just me doing the work because you're doing the work too. Okay, so give yourself some love. Thank you to ourselves for being here. Thank you to everybody for being here. It's been amazing. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. It's been amazing. I'm so glad I could do this for you. I was so tired all day and now I'm fully energized. So I'm going to go calm down. Hopefully be able to go to bed in a couple hours. Okay, love you. Bye, guys.